Hello and welcome. In the previous video, we learned about the P&L analysis where we were thinking about the cost management. So I thought of making a cost management idea video as a very short one because we're gonna have a detailed course later on this subject. So there are two major costs in any hospitality industry. One is the labor cost, and then other is other expenses. So the concept and the principle lies the same in in those expenses. So the labor cost, how you gonna manage the labor costs? So there are a few things which we want to discuss here one by one. So let's look at it. So productivity reports to schedule the leaves. So let's say that there's a seasonal business. We need to forecast the business, and then we need to see, okay, what is the productivity of each department compared to the last year, compared a daily basis, so that we can schedule the leaves. So if you don't have really a lot of guests in house, then you can manage based on the productivity of the standard productivity of the people, then how many peoples you will need for that number of the estimated number of guests. So the extra staff you can send on leave. If they are casual, you can terminate, you can ask them not to come on work. If they are contract, you can ask them to take a leave without pay, or there are many ways to manage these leaves. So the scheduling is very important in hotel, because it's not only about the salary, it's about the cost meal, it's about the electricity, it's about the other facilities which we have to provide to the staff. They are all cost. So if you keep the higher number of staff than necessary in the hotel, then it's going to be an issue. So that is why the maintaining to understand the productivity. So how many check-ins are done by one staff in a day? So if let's say you have 100 guests, and then one staff can check in around 10 people in an hour or something. So you need even if all the check-ins are supposed to be done in 2 hours, I mean in 1 hour you need to do 50 check-ins. It means you need, if the productivity is 10, so you need 5 people. So this is how you can estimate the number of people you need on a particular time, and then you can schedule them as per your business needs. So the productivity also differs from time to time. Maybe the morning productivity is different from the evening productivity, because the number of guest arrivals are lower than in the morning. So you need to understand that there are productivity softwares which are available in the market, which you can use to manage the productivity. Otherwise you can just use the Excel formats to do it as well. The second thing is controlling the overtime. So same as if there is no guest in the hotel, then you need to schedule the staff properly so that you don't need to pay anybody overtime. And then sometimes you can say, okay, if overtime, you can, instead of paying the cash, means an expense, you can ask them to offset with another day, which in terms of and time. But that also depends on the company policy and the country regulations. Sometimes the country regulations may not allow it. Controlling the casual labor and contract labor follows the same principle of the guest in house. So once you understand the productivity of the hotel, then you can easily manage, do you need so many casuals. In the hospitality industry, normally it depends on the country regulations. There is a healthy mix of permanent and contract and casual labor to maintain the seasonality and the spikes of the business, because the business is not remain same in all over the month. It can be high in first week, second week can be quite low, then third week can be very high, on fourth week maybe whole week is quiet, only some day are having a spike of the business. So there the casual labor comes into picture, and also the contract labor comes into the picture. So this is how. But the very important thing, and the crucial thing in this is to forecast the business, to understand when your business is coming the most. Otherwise you will be doing a wrong estimate, then you may short of the staff, or you may be over the staff. The next thing is automate the processes. So here we are saying that, okay, we're gonna use either outsourcing, or we're gonna use the software, so that we don't need too many staff to do the manual things like sending email to the guest, greeting to the guest, ask following up for the things. So those things are nowadays get automated by AI or by the softwares. So you can use them so that you don't need you didn't hire staff for doing the back office jobs. You need staff for handling the guest only. And then you have other departments help. So let's say the rooms division is busy, F&B is not so busy, so you can get help from other departments temporarily during the spikes instead of hiring new or hiring casual peoples, or scheduling more peoples into the same time. So this is how the room labor cost is managed. In the next video, we're going to look at the other expenses. Stay tuned.